This video is about writing essays. The writing process consists of 5 stages: pre-writing, organizing, drafting and revising, editing, and proofreading. In this video, we will focus on the drafting and revising stage. Writers often try to make the first draft perfect. It will not be. A draft is supposed to be revised. A draft is very often heavily revised. That's okay. As you write, you may discover new approaches to your topic or develop new ideas. That's good. Add them. The point is to write your ideas down. Later, you will read over them, you will seek advice from others, and you will make changes. That is the writing process. Consider the following guidelines to help with the drafting stage. Use your plan as a guide to keep you on topic. Although you have flexibility to change your approach and add ideas at this stage, having a plan with your thesis statement and topic sentences helps to keep you on track and on topic. Write the body paragraphs first. As you write, you may change your approach or ideas. If you do, and have already written your introduction and conclusion, you would need to write them again. To avoid this extra work, write the body, and when you are happy, write the introduction and conclusion to match. At this stage, don't worry about grammar, spelling, word choice, or style. When writing a draft, you should concentrate on the flow of ideas. You can correct the language later. Divide your draft into stages. Do not try to power through the entire draft in one sitting. If you do that, you could lose concentration, or you could overthink. Divide the draft, perhaps into 2 paragraph chunks, and once finished with a chunk, take a short break. Often, good ideas come when you step away and reflect. Leave yourself time to revise. Make sure that you finish your draft with sufficient time to revise and edit. If you do not, you lose time to reflect on and improve your thinking and writing. These suggestions should help you through the drafting stage. Once you have completed the draft, you can move on to the revising stage. Revising an essay is a major part of the writing process. It is when you mould the essay into its almost completed form. Revising involves making improvements to all aspects of an essay, including the thesis, the organization, and the support and development of ideas. Sometimes, revision involves making major changes, such as deleting entire paragraphs and writing new paragraphs. In this stage, you will look at the following: ideas and unity, organization and coherence, sentence variety, and word choice. We will provide some guidance on how to make improvements to all aspects mentioned above. But first, consider the following tips. Take a break between drafting and revising. It is a good idea to take a break between finishing the draft and revising your work. This can help to reduce your emotional attachment to your work, making it easier to be objective and therefore improving ability to revise effectively. Read your draft aloud. Reading your draft out loud will help you to check the flow of your sentences. Ask for feedback from as many people as possible. The more perspectives that you have on your writing, the better. Different people bring different ideas and different opinions. They may highlight things that you have missed or prompt you to explore an area of your essay in more detail. Think critically about the feedback that you receive. Consider the specific details of the feedback, but also what the feedback suggests about your essay overall. Do not get offended by feedback. It is easy to become defensive when receiving criticism. Try to separate yourself from your work. Divide your revision into stages. As with writing, revising is easier to manage if you divide the work into sections. Start with the big picture and then move on to the specifics. First, deal with the structure of your essay, then the structure of your paragraphs, and then consider the individual sentences, phrases, and words you have chosen. What follows is a thorough approach to making revisions to your draft. First, compare your essay to the essay plan. Looking at the plan that you created in the organising stage will help you to check that you have covered all points in your plan and that your essay has followed the method of development that your plan suggests. If you need instruction on creating an essay plan, you can watch our video on organising the ideas of your essay. Next, revise your essay against a rubric and also a checklist of important essay elements. The following guide should help. Thesis statement. Does your thesis statement express your essay's main idea? Does it indicate the essay's purpose, whether persuasive, expressive, informative, and so on? Is your thesis clearly worded? Does your thesis indicate the essay's direction? Does it provide a structure to your essay? If you have deviated from your original plan, you may need to revise your thesis to match with the contents of your body paragraphs. Alternatively, you may need to delete some information from your body paragraphs to match with the scope of your thesis statement. Next, overall organisation and coherence. Is the information presented in a logical order? Would your essay flow more smoothly if you changed the order of your body paragraphs? Do you need to improve coherence by including transitions? Would the addition of transitions make the methods of development clearer for your reader? Then, body paragraphs. Do your topic sentences adequately introduce the content of the paragraphs and nothing extra? Does your evidence and commentary adequately develop the points made in each paragraph? Do your paragraphs follow a specific method of development? Do the points made in each paragraph support the overall thesis? You may need to add or remove supporting details or background information to your body paragraphs to ensure that they are well developed, or you may need to add transitional devices to ensure that they are coherent. Introduction and conclusion. Is the thesis statement located appropriately? Is it in the first or last position of your introduction? Are your introduction and conclusion interesting? Did you open with an attention grabber? Do your introduction and conclusion reinforce your thesis statement? Are your introduction and conclusion appropriate for your audience, situation, and purpose? Did you use appropriate tone and level of formality? Sentences. Do your sentences read smoothly? Remember to read aloud to check this. Are your ideas expressed clearly? Do you have varied sentence structures and lengths? You must try to make your writing engaging for your reader. Do you need to combine or separate sentences? Finally, word choice. Consider, have you used precise words? Do you need to make your language more specific? Have you used clichés? Always try to avoid clichés and well-worn phrases. Try to be original in your expression. Have you overused certain words? Maybe you need to vary the language you use. Perhaps you could look up synonyms and antonyms, or try to rephrase your ideas. Have you used overly complex vocabulary? Keep your language accessible. You want your reader to understand your essay. Have you defined terms that need to be defined? If you have used technical or contested terms or concepts, make sure you have defined them clearly. Another great option for revising your essay is to use the opinions of others. First, instructors. Instructors usually provide valuable feedback throughout the writing process. The feedback may suggest changes to any aspect of your essay, and you should take the suggestions seriously. Even if you decide not to make the suggested changes, you may need to provide further explanation in your essay to resolve any of your instructor's concerns. Next, peer review. You may be required to obtain a peer review as part of the assignment, but even if it is not required, you should try to get feedback from your peers anyway. Your instructor may provide questions for your peer to answer. If not, you could give them the following questions to help focus their review of your work. You should also ask them to answer in as much detail and with as much honesty as possible. They should consider: what is the essay's thesis? Does it provide a focus for the essay? Is it clearly worded? Do all topic sentences directly relate to the thesis? Which, if any, do not? Are the topic sentences clearly worded? Which, if any, need revising? Do the body paragraphs support the thesis? Do any of the body paragraphs need more detail? Which ones? Can you easily follow the ideas of the essay? Does the essay leave you with any unanswered questions? Do you have any suggestions to improve the essay? Overall, is this an effective essay? Explain your answer. That concludes the discussion of the drafting and revising stage of the writing process. We provided suggestions to help write a draft and some approaches to successfully revising your essay. The next video in the series will move on to the editing stage, when you will check all things grammar and punctuation. We hope this video was useful, and thank you again for watching.